Welcome to Projects for All. My name is Mike, and today in this wooden crate, I have a stair climbing battery powered hand truck to show you guys. This is the only wooden crate I've ever received in my entire life, and we're gonna get it up on the table so we can see how bad FedEx destroyed it. And then we're gonna get it out of there and put it together. If we have to, we'll test it and see if it's any good. I would be totally lying to you if I told you I knew what to expect with this one, because I have not seen this, obviously. FedEx really jammed this one up. I guess we don't need the drill. And yeah, this is the better side. The more messed up side is on the bottom. It's the plastic straps were always holding it together. Oh, very nice looking. It looks like there is pretty much no assembly needed. Got a box of something here. Probably a charger, yep. 24 volt, 2 amp. Got a color manual, which is always appreciated. It would appear the wooden crate thwarted FedEx's plan, and this looks like it's in pretty good shape. Nice looking casters, nice looking powder coat. All right, let's get it out of here so we can have a look at it. So the first thing we're gonna do before we check all this out is unplug the battery charger, which is right here. I have it plugged in. The plug is here on the back of the battery, and all we do is unplug it. This will be red when it's charging. Now it's green, so we know it's charged. This wasn't fully depleted, so it had like a 1 bar left to charge, so I don't know how long it actually took to charge it because it wasn't totally down to 0. It's got a pass-through, like a little computer fan in it. Not bad. Still, it was pretty quiet charging. Hook it back up. This is actually power in and power out, so we have to plug our controller back in, and there's a little thumb screw. I've been testing this for about a week, goofing around with this thing, and this so far is probably my least favorite feature, but it's not the end of the world. It would help if it wasn't set in here, and you'd have a little bit better grip on it. I zeroed out the Wixie gauge on the table. So there's the angle of our first position, and then we have one more, and there's the angle of our second position. At full deployment, you're 15 degrees. What we're looking at here is gonna make more sense right now because as I stand it up, so let me set the brakes so this thing doesn't roll off the table because it rolls very easily. It has a seatbelt style hold down for whatever you're gonna put on this. So you don't need a bungee cord or you don't need ratchet straps unless you have something oversized that this is not gonna work with. But this gets pretty big, and you can fit something definitely oversized that's bigger than this platform. These are your lockdowns for when you stand this up. So now it folds. When you stand it up, these snap in, one on either side, and now it's locked. It's the underside of the deck. 4 casters, 1, 2, 3, 4 on bearings. These are hard rubber with plastic wheels, but they feel like nice quality, and they are just bolted through this heavy stock here. So if they have to be replaced, they have to be replaced. No big deal. You can just unbolt them and bolt 4 more on. The wheels on the bottom are also hard plastic and very nice. They run real smooth. Our 24 volt motor is brushed. Here's the holes for the brushes here. This runs this axle down here. This belt has teeth on the inside also, and it runs in these cogs here. I can't imagine this belt slipping on here. It looks like a pretty stout setup, honestly, and I don't think you're gonna have too much trouble. Like I said, everything here is heavy stock. All the metal on this is thick, heavy metal. I expect the frame of this thing to last you the life of the tool. The wheels look easily replaceable. Motor is bolted in heavy metal here. This axle is in heavy metal. There's your key. Just a regular blade key. The keyhole is here, which is accessible right through here. If the tracks are in the upright position, it's no big deal. But to make it easier to show you guys, I'm gonna tilt these back. You turn it once to the right, it's going to turn on your light here. There's a button here that allows you to check your battery charge. And that's it. Now you turn on the power on the controller up here and you're good to go. Turning this key back one and flipping up the little handle on the battery allows you to release your battery. So if I unscrewed this, then we could take the battery, say in the house, and charge it in there if we want, connected to the ignition. So when I turn that back, it pulls the pin out of this hole here and allows you to remove your battery. Not a bad design, actually. Just slides back on, handle flips down, and now the battery is secure. Once we have our key on and we press power on the top, we can immediately start using our tracks. Both side wheels have a lock. Press on, and it is very much locked. It will not move. Off. Easier to do with your foot than your hand. But now, super smooth rolling. It glides. And the casters on the bottom, I'm going to show you in a second, those are very nice too. There's your teeth on your inside of your belt. And on the top side here, this cog here can be adjusted here for tension. So you got a little bit of travel left. If these stretch out a little bit, which, man, these are pretty heavy duty. I can't imagine there'll be a ton of stretch, but I mean, if you use this a lot, there may be, and there's your way to adjust the tension. Now that it's on the floor, this might make a little more sense. So you have, turn your key on, light comes on, check your battery, fully charged. There's our power button. When we press that, light comes on. And now we have up and we have down, and it's that simple. We have the handles that just deploy. Press the button. This is thick metal, by the way, on a spring. So we can deploy our handles if we want. We can easily fold them back down. If we raise this, we go from 4 feet to almost 6. The thing is almost as tall as I am. This is probably, even though this appears to be thick metal, is probably one of the weaker links here, but is it a weak link? Time will tell. I'm really curious, using the Chevy GMC flip down 2-piece bed or tailgate, can I get this up in my truck? So let's give it a shot. I'm gonna leave the tracks straight up and down and tilt it back, and I think that's our best bet because it's gonna have to get a little bit of an angle. Not bad. That was super easy. Like impressively easy. No problem. No problem. This thing's awesome. One thing I really like about this is if you tip it back, you don't have to push the wheels over the edge per se. You can, but the treads catch you. Also, because it has casters, if you're on a landing, you can just pivot. The other interesting thing is, once you stop on the stairs, the treads do not move. Enough to where I can sit on it on the stairs here and not worry about it moving at all. This one's a little tough because there's not a lot of space. But it does pivot nicely in that small space. This is 50 gallons, by the way. Probably weighs, I don't know. It's mostly empty, so I would guess about 150 pounds. But it will just sit there. It's not moving a muscle. It's on the stairs. Not going anywhere. You can walk it on the treads too, on flat ground. So you can back up off the stair. Technically, you could walk it up to the stair on the treads and then back down if you wanted to. It's totally effortless to do this. So you guys tell me what you think. I'm really impressed with this. As long as you apply a little backwards pressure to this and don't let the table move, this thing will climb right up here. It's pretty amazing, actually. It weighs 50 pounds in itself. The table saw, I think, is around 220 or so. So that's 270 pounds up the tailgate, which is pretty steep. Up the stairs with that table saw, zero trouble. It just goes right up. It doesn't act like it's under a load. It just climbs. The treads are thick and they're fairly sticky. So it goes up the decking on my back stairs, no problem, even though there isn't a sharp edge. It climbs up this because there is a sharp edge and it's able to get a tread on here and grab and pull itself up. But man, this thing is gonna be seriously useful for loading table saws and heavy stuff in that truck, and I'm pretty excited to have it. You guys tell me, is there something specialty-wise that you would use this for? I can't say a bad thing about it, honestly. I think it's really cool. And all this stock is thick, it's heavy. I don't see a failure point on this, but time will tell because this thing is a keeper around here for sure. I move a lot of heavy boxes. Hit me up in the comments. Tell me what you guys think. If you like the video, hit subscribe, hit like. It helps out the channel a lot, and we do a ton of tool videos. We're always doing something new, something different. We do a lot of table saws. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.